So can you tell me your name, please?
My name's Fotheringham.
And Ross, can I ask what role you play in the PWS world?
I'm a support worker for someone called Paul Menegas, one of the team, and I see Paul every Wednesday. I've been doing that for about 3 years, I think.
And Ross, what brought you to become a support worker?
A friend recommended that I should do it, and I got made redundant, so I thought, let's give it a go.
And can I ask, what have you learnt during your time as a support worker, especially in the PWS world?
Well, I've learned more patience, that's for sure. Listening and not reacting to people's behaviour. Where everyone's different, but certainly some of my clients have different sorts of behaviour that's not normal. And PWS is definitely up there.
And can I ask, apart from the 3 years you've been working with Paul, have you actually worked in the disability sector before? And if not, what were you doing?
I've never actually worked in the disability sector. I've been working as a musician before, and I had a role, I suppose, part-time in a Department of Health as well. But as a musician, there's plenty of people that have mental issues, which has helped a lot for disability.
Terrific. And what have you hoped to gain from being at today's conference? And have you gained that knowledge or have you gained inspiration?
Coming in today to learn more about Prader-Willi, and also just to remind me of the different things that you forget year to year, that are very important to always remember while you're working.
And have you had a chance to network at all while you're here?
Not quite yet. We've just been listening to the speakers today. I've only been here today, not yesterday.
You've got a card in your hand that you've picked, colour and a word. Can you tell us a little about why you wrote that and what that means to you?
I just, any different behaviours that I'm maybe not aware of, I want to learn about, and just how to react to certain behaviours that Prader-Willi people present to you, and just better ways to deal with certain things as well.
So the last question I'll ask, do you think it's worthwhile having these conferences, and what can you advise somebody else who's thinking of coming along for the next one?
It's absolutely worthwhile, because it's a very complex condition, and you sort of get used to the person you see every week, and you sort of forget that behaviours are you forget that behaviours and how to deal with them all the time. You sort of focus on what you focus at the time, and maybe you sometimes react the way you would for a normal person, whereas you should be stepping back, just letting things happen and not reacting to behaviour.
I'll ask you one last one. Do you think it's worthwhile having regular training in this field so you do get reminded rather than just the one-off few of the conferences that we have?
Absolutely. And funny enough, this is the only disability condition I've ever had training for. And I'm very grateful for it, actually. I think we had a second training. When I first started, there was a couple of days of training, which was fantastic. And maybe a year or two later, we had another one. And it just reminds you of everything you should be thinking about.
Thank you so much for that,